YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here. Welcome to Elephant Cam here. And you'll have seen some of the names of replays that Blademaster has sent me before. And they're always kind of Blademaster-esque. His type of clever, I suppose. I don't know how else to describe it. I'm going to show you the battle, and then after the battle I'm going to show you the name of his replay. And I'm going to leave it to you all in the comments to decide whether or not his replay lives up to its name. So anyway, it's going to be a fun one. Blademaster replays never disappoint, at least not in my eyes. Now he'll probably send me something disappointing just to make me look like an idiot. So in any case, he's going to play as the Seleucids, which is an interesting faction. They're not a power faction. They used to be. Back in the days when elephants ruled all, as did, heavy Median type cav. I think Median cav used to be heavy. And, yeah, anyway, back when all shock cavalry had trample, that such and such, the Seleucids were very dangerous. But now, a little different. His army's interesting. He's got a couple of hillmen, a couple of eastern spearmen, a bunch of thorax swords in the center, 4 Median cav, 2 of these horse skirmishers, which, I was trying to remember. Those guys have Parthian shot? They do. They have good missile damage for being so cheap. He's going to use the Eastern Spears to help fend off the bow horsemen of the Getae. He's got 1 mercenary Syrian armored elephant. These are quite possibly the coolest looking units in the game. Very awesome units. And let's see. Yeah, his general is also an awesome unit. It's a Hellenic Cataphracts. You don't see these guys too often. There's a lot of people who think these guys completely suck. And don't get me wrong, they're very expensive. So much so that it's kind of sad because it makes them a rare observance for the Seleucids, which is too bad because they were like what made the Seleucids in Rome 1. But in any case, they are good units, and used properly they can do a lot of killing. I like to save them for late game, kind of use them almost like an elephant. Try and clear out some enemies' missiles and cavalry, and then you bring them in late in the game to smash around on infantry. Now, Blademaster's going to move up. He's only got 2 Eastern Slingers. And the Getae have 4 Dacian Heavy Bowmen. And the Dacians are going to absolutely slaughter these Eastern Slingers. And the Eastern Slingers are firing uphill. But I think Blademaster has probably just accepted the fact that he does not have enough skirmish potential to win this. So he's just going to pull up, try and give his guys some cover momentarily before he starts a fight. That's probably part of the problem is the Seleucids. If you bring their good skirmishers, then you have no money for anything else, and their mid-tier infantry is quite expensive for what you actually get. A couple of patches ago, thorax swords were pretty good, but not so much anymore. The Getae, on the other hand, are a really fun faction. A lot of us like these guys. Yes, their spears lack precursors, so they do not have anything akin to the mighty Levy Freemen of other barbarians, but what they lack in Levy Freemen, they make up for in flavor. They have the axemen, they've got the noble sword units that we all know and love. They've got all kinds of stuff. Look at these horse skirmishers just wrecking the spear horsemen back here. That's awesome. Blademaster making good use of them. There's a little bit of an engagement over here. These spear horsemen cleaned up the Eastern Spearmen, and then Blademaster sends some hillmen in, and the hillmen are going to have a terrible performance versus the axe warriors and the heavy spears. And the Median Cav's going to get pinned down here by superior numbers. Blademaster's going to lose this flank, but he's going to go ahead and engage the infantry line. So far the battle's not looking particularly great for him, just in terms of, the Getae pretty much take home the infantry fight. In the cavalry realm, Blademaster could win, but it's going to be tricky with the horse archers and the spear and axe support running around. But just head-to-head, Median Cav would beat spear horses. Those spear horsemen are not bad for the cheap price that they come at. They're not good, but they're heavy, and that can be useful rather than being medium. So sometimes I wish that Carthaginian cav were heavy as well. That'd be quite a help to them, and then the Scutari stayed medium. Anyway, Blademaster's Hellenic Cataphracts comes in and almost in like an Attila-esque fashion just flattens half of this axe unit. Axe warriors do not like being charged, especially not by super heavy shot cavalry, and you're going to see that there. So these axemen just got devastated, taking about 50% losses on the first charge. Like I said, if it were Attila, it would have been 100% losses, but Rome 2, guess that a few of the people survive. Cavalry is actually probably a bit underpowered in Rome 2, to be honest. At least for what you pay for it, versus infantry. I don't want to go back a few patches in Rome 2 where it was more Attila-esque, where cavalry would just poop all over infantry non-stop. I definitely don't want to go back to that day. That's one thing Emperor Edition changed that I like. It extended the battles a little, made infantry more important. But at the same time, melee cavalry is a bit weak in the game versus infantry. Not a ton, I mean a bit. Doesn't need to be changed a lot, but a few changes would be nice. We're probably never going to see any balancing of Rome 2 again in an official patch, but I was wondering, I wonder if I could get, you know, a modder or someone to work with me if we crowdsource some changes to like kind of come up with like a long-term multiplayer mod for Rome 2, just to see if there's a way that we could make some of the balancing tweaks that we wanted CA to make. I can't do it because I don't know how to mod, but if anybody would be interested in that, you know, I'm not saying that it's something I definitely could do, but it'd be fun to see. Watch what these Hellenic Cataphracts do on the charge against these Spear Horsemen. Now in Rome 2, horses are not immune to impact damage like they are in Attila, and the heavy impact of these Hellenic Cataphracts is going to just flatten these poor Spear Horsemen, who are not meant for that type of fight. That was a trample charge too, 114 bonus, so already 170 kills on the Cataphracts, and here comes the Syrian Armored Elephants into a Noble Sword. They do not get the best charge though really here, and they kind of just end up pushing the Noble Swords out of the way. They're not going to get a lot of kills, but they didn't take any damage getting in there. And as you can see up here on this flank, things are going quite poorly for the Seleucids. Not looking good. Their regrouped slingers are about to get trampled. Their swordsmen are having a hard time even with just axe warriors. And looks like some shield wall glitch going on here for Blade Master's poor, already overmatched thorax swords. And lots of weird formations going on here. Anyway, so the elephants, let's see where they are at. The elephants, here they are. So only 22 kills on that first little soiree into the Gettai troops. These guys throw javelins, it's interesting. A lot of them have bows. Or the Syrian, or the Indian armored elephants have bows. The Syrian ones, I guess, have javelins. That's a friendly unit there. Gonna give him a little bit of a stepping on. And here comes the elephants again. A really crappy charge for some reason. I don't know if it's the uphill, but the impact very odd. And Blade Master's going to just keep them moving. They haven't taken much damage yet from skirmishers or other units, but they're also not getting a lot of kills. Very odd here, only 34 kills. However, I mean, taking a look at the Hellenic Cataphract General of Blade Master, which is out here, 248 kills already, and only 20 men down. So these guys have been absolute man-beast, beast among men, whatever you want to call it here. Let's get a Cataphract camera. I think we can change. Is it here? Is it pig up and pig down? Yeah, there we go. That's a Homer Simpson thing, by the way. Page up, page down. He called it pig up and pig down when he had a computer. Anyway, these Hellenic Cataphracts are going to do some serious wrecking in this battle, and they're pretty awesome units. Ooh, tree camera. Yeah, anyway, they're awesome. Had to get you a little bit of under the earth, apparently. Yeah, I didn't mean to do that. It's just the camera. So let's see what the elephants are up to again. So 53 kills, still nothing spectacular from the elephants. I mean, they hit this mercenary axe warrior. They finally pick up a few kills, and now they're going to try and get to these Dacian heavy bowmen. All four, well, this one is going to regroup, and so is this one. So all four Dacian heavy bowmen still alive. Getting a nice Cataphract charge here, ramping up those kills to almost 300 on his Hellenic Cataphracts. Very nicely done. Blade Master only lost 3 more men for that huge bunch of kills. The Syrian elephants make it into the Dacian heavy bowmen, and as you can imagine, this is pretty much just a quick squish fest. These poor bowmen, look at this guy, took a javelin to the kidney or something there, some kind of terrible injury. And these elephants, you know right now that the guys on top of them are doing like on almost like pro sports S type trash talk. Like, oh, I'm gonna get you. You know I'm gonna get you, fool. You know, they're up there saying stuff like that, making their opponent scared. The elephants are going to pick these guys up in their tusk and probably eat them or something like that. I do like watching them try and trudge up the hill. That looks like an unpleasant journey for those elephants. They're like, why did we have to put this big wooden tower on me? And why did I eat so much peasant before this battle? So yeah, here the elephants are. They're going to catch these slovenly archers who are heavy and can't get away. Come on, get them in your trunk. Pick them up. Oh! There we go. So yeah, the elephants over here trouncing, be like, hey, you're missing the rest of the battle. Not really. It's mostly just thorax swords getting pooped on by noble swords, as one would expect. However, the other kind of nice Cinderella story in this battle so far has been the Hellenic Cataphract unit, which is just beasting kills. It's also trying to get rid of these archers. Let's get you some more sweet close-ups here. This battle's all about the close-ups. So yeah, gonna wreck some more of these Dacian heavy bowmen. They may think they're heavy, but they're not so heavy when they get hit by Cataphracts. That's like thinking you're heavy when you're a Ford Escort and you get run into by like a Cummins diesel or something. You know, like it's not the same. Anyway, they didn't even make Ford Escorts anymore. That shows you how old I am. Or maybe they do. I don't know what they make. Do they make? No, I don't know. Maybe they changed it for like Focus or something. I don't remember. Anyway, this is not a sponsored video. The Ford Motor Company did not pay me, and I accidentally tabbed out of the video, so this gets even less professional at that moment. Anyway, more elephant wrecking going on. The elephants are now up to 145 kills, doing respectably. However, look at this. They got a ways to go before they catch these Hellenic Cataphracts, who just passed 450 kills, with about 39 men remaining. There is a lot of Getae on the field. Now, the interesting thing is that Getae spears do not have javelins, and any of the Getae infantry, or Getae infantry, that's remaining, if they're spears, they have no javelins, and if they're swords, the question is, do they have javelins? Because they're going to need them. And the armored elephants, they can take a little bit of a beating from arrow fire. Javelins, probably not so much. But anyway, here's the bow horsemen. All these guys still have their bows out, so potentially a very deadly threat to the Seleucids. Now, this Cataphract would not normally want to be approaching bow horsemen, but Blademaster doesn't really have a choice. These guys have to go, and he's probably going to take the risk and find out whether or not these guys are left to skirmish mode, because if they're left to skirmish mode, they're going to hit the red line here in a moment, and it looks like their fire at will is turned off. So they're not firing on the Hellenic Cataphract, no doubt probably saving their ammo for the Syrian armored elephants, which they should. And the armored elephants are also going to take advantage of the derpy skirmish mechanics on Rome 2. All these guys are going to skirmish themselves right into the red line. It's extremely annoying. Something else that needed to really be addressed, because it kind of undoes the whole idea of skirmish mode being good for you, because you still have to babysit it. So against the imaginary line of the world, these bowmen are wondering why they can't push forward even though they see clear daylight before them, and they are wrecked by Syrian elephants. The good news is for them, when they route, the edge of the line or map isn't so far. Look at this, these bow horsemen derped up against the red line, gonna get pummeled by a super heavy cavalry charge. Those guys get absolutely flattened, and the kills skyrocket further. Triple bronze chevron at 520 kills, and then the elephant over here has got a single chevron, 203 kills now. So just these two units together, basically 500 or 650 kills. No, 750 kills almost. So very impressive. Now there's a couple of other Seleucid units left. Got a Median Cav here and a Thorax Swords, neither one of which has lived up to the same epic level as the elephants and the Cataphracts. But you can see there's a lot. Well, you can't see them at the moment because they're in hiding up here on top of this hill. There is a lot of Getae troops left, and the power bar says that down here as well. And there's one bow horseman that survived and apparently has ammunition. The problem is that there's Median Cav here, there's Cataphracts, and then the elephants are going to come around this way, so the bow horseman better be careful. Again, the derpy skirmish mechanics can mess them up, so he's going to probably want to, micromanage these guys himself and move them back towards his own lines, which it looks like the Getae player is going to do, fortunately, or else they would have died much sooner now. But check this out, though. The horse archers are exhausted, but the Median Cav's exhausted, but because it's medium, it manages to almost catch these guys. It gets a few kills on them. Median Cav's going to pull away. That's smart by Blademaster. He'll probably just want to avoid engagements as much as possible and let the elephants do their thing. Now, the Cataphracts, though, 529 kills. That is just straight impressive. And let's see what the Cataphracts are up to. Let's go back into Cataphract Camp. Looks like they are going to charge uphill into these spears. Apparently not afraid. The spears probably not really braced. They didn't really get fully braced. It looks like they were closed. Anyway, the Cataphract's going to give them a proper wrecking on the charge, and then they're going to get out of there. So very, very sweet charge action. And 569 kills now, too. Still 32 men remaining, so that was an impressive charge. These Thorax Swords are going to die, but they were going to die soon enough anyway. The Median Cav getting into the back of those Noble Swords, which is good. And the Cataphracts are going to go back for second blood. These spears apparently didn't learn their lesson the first time. Uphill. This time they were braced, but still just got smashed because of the weight class difference. So the Cataphracts just absolutely pummeling the spears. Those are only a medium spear, so no big surprise there. 605 kills, 27 men remaining, and here come the elephants. So let's hop into elephant camera here, and let's get on one of the elephants up front. There we go. Well, now we're on the side of one, basically. There's a Median Cav, it looks like, riding near the elephants, but we're going to go into elephant cam. There is a noble sword over here that they have an attack order on. And the elephants, only 200 kills, but they obviously have the potential to change that here in late game. Let's keep looking for another elephant. There we go. So there we go. That noble sword is just going to get absolutely wrecked. And the elephants were not getting great charges or kills in the early game, but that is starting to change. These guys just got a fantastic charge through those noble swords, and they are just going to keep wrecking axemen and noble swords. The Hellenic Cataphract general was running from those axemen, and this just becomes like a Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey circus, except these aren't peanuts, these are noble swords being thrown away or thrown around by the elephants at will, and just completely trampling those guys. Whoops. So yeah, anyway, these elephants now just jumped up to a triple bronze chevron, 372 kills. Look at that, 615 kills on the Hellenic Cataphracts, and they're going to smash another Spear Horseman. And this Spear Horseman is much braver than it should be. Those Cataphracts are going to absolutely crap on the Spear Horseman. The Hellenic Cataphracts do not pull out axes as a secondary, which is kind of unfortunate. The Parthian ones look really cool when they pull out those axes. The elephants just wrecked right on through here, soaring up to 500 kills now, and the elephant wreckage continues. These elephants are doped up on something. Blademaster must have gotten them up on the top of the hill, pumped these guys full of steroids and forest mushrooms, crack, and every other manner of illicit and illegal drug, and they are now on like a crazy rampage. So, and yes, I guess I kind of just accused Blademaster of being a drug dealer there. Man, that wasn't very nice of me. Blademaster, drug dealer of the ancient world. Alright, poor Blademaster, he's always getting people poking fun at him. But man, you gotta love the guy's videos, and you gotta love the replays. This one's good. So, yeah, as you can imagine, the Getae are, well, their attitude's kind of like these swordsmen who are routing off the battlefield here. They're not feeling so good about their position in life anymore. Now, this noble sword does get a volley off and runs these elephants berserk, finally. And finally kills one too, but not before they got a silver chevron and 607 kills. Do they have more javelins? Yes, they have more javelins. This is indeed going to be the last javelin volley on the field, though, for the Getae. And here it comes. Yet another elephant drops. So, what's going to happen? But now they're out of javelins, the elephants are berserk and angry, and they are going to come in here and properly wreck those guys for killing their brethren. And yes, this was apparently not the elephants that you wanted to tick off. And they are properly wrecking these noble swords. Cataphracts General still alive, charging in and out, and just check out the number of kills here, 688. The elephants, though, catching up to their Cataphract brothers here. So now the Syrian armored elephants up to 673, still climbing. That is absolutely insane. These elephants, 692 kills, climbing. So 688 on the Cataphracts, which is an amazing haul. Past 700, still going. The battle's now over because the last Getae units are out. Past 740. So it looks like 740 something kills. 740. I don't know if I've gotten that many kills on elephants since the early patches of this game when they were like otherworldly powerful. That is an impressive number of elephant kills. I mean, look at that. 2 units in this picked up 1,400 and some odd kills out of that battle. That is insane. Absolutely insane. It's impressive. That was an interesting replay. I haven't seen one of those like that. Blademaster definitely delivered here. I love his teammate's name here, Vidal Sassoon. Reminds me of like some old commercials when I was a kid, and you're watching some show that you want to watch, and it's just a shampoo commercial, and that's all you get to see. So I love that. Fantastic. Great battle here between Blademaster and his opponent. Now check out the name of the replay and tell me if you think that it was appropriate. There you go. There's the name of the replay. Vote in the comments. Appreciate it, Blademaster. Thanks for sending this in. Hope you all enjoyed it. HeirofCarthage, signing off for now.